Hey everybody, it's your boy Crunchy Frog here. We're getting ready to hop back into our hardcore Minecraft world. Okay. We're gonna be harvesting these watermelons and getting these guys out of my road today. Okay, we still have to go up here and complete this. So let us do that. Before we do anything else. Okay, I don't have to tower up or anything. Thank goodness we have some nice Minecraft music. I don't know if you noticed, but in the last video I had to add some music in post-production, and I couldn't add Minecraft music because then I'd get a copyright notice. So I just added some of my own music, you know. Thank goodness, once upon a time I was actually a music producer and I actually composed my own music. So I've got a whole bunch of tracks. And if I want to go dig through all my old CDs that I burned them to, I have about 1,500 tracks that I wrote between 2007 and 2019 when I basically stopped. I stopped writing music because I decided that this is not what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I'd go to do a live performance and there'd be people there dancing, and I realized I don't like seeing people dance to my music. People dancing looks silly to me now. It's like I grew up or something. I don't know. I didn't used to mind it so much. I never used to dance myself. But let's just go ahead and harvest this. I think we got enough cactus here. I am so sick and tired of waiting on all this cactus. We want to put the windows in. Okay, now we have plenty of meat now. But do we have sand? Yeah, 2 blocks of sand right here. And a block here. Go ahead and we'll go ahead and smelt. We'll smelt 8 blocks of that. Okay, sand. Is there any more sand? Nope. Well, we have some sand over here that I used to grow these on. That just means I'll have to... Lovely. Yes, I will have to go craft another shovel. Yes, welcome to the exciting hardcore Minecraft. Today we'll be making glass and crafting a shovel. You know, I'm just so used to playing the classic Minecraft now that... well, they don't have a recipe book in beta 1.7.3, so you have to craft everything by hand. And so I'm kind of getting used to that and kind of like doing it. But we're gonna need quite a bit of glass. I mean, not a ton, because we'll be converting it into window panes. But yeah, we're also going to have to harvest more wood to make chests. So, as you can tell, we're going to have ourselves one action-packed adventure today. So this is going to be a thing here. I need to water source this. And don't you just love it when they float at the bottom and you have to go down here and get them? Get in me, sand. Okay. Yeah, I might have to add some more music post-production whenever we have these silent spells, you know. You know, when I was out looking for that desert temple, and I was in the desert. I should have had the presence of mind to just harvest a stack of sand. You know? Was too busy worrying about getting potatoes and carrots and stuff like that, though. I couldn't be bothered, so now I have to get sand the hard way. But that's okay. The only problem is that it sort of skeeves me out being in this water. When these two foxes have been in the water for this long, you just know this water is like 90% fox urine. Okay, how many sand is that? Okay, that's a stack. That's all we need. Well, let's go ahead and chew on some beef jerky here. All right. How's this going? Very good. We have the dye. Now, let's get it. We're going to have to get just a little bit more charcoal going here. Another thing on classic beta Minecraft, the boats are so wonky that if you bump into one of those squid, it'll just break. Minecraft, in many ways, has improved a whole lot over the years. But then again, there's something really charming and simple about the old Minecraft, too. So, okay, we're going to definitely need 8 pieces of charcoal for that. I should just go down to the mines, right? You know? That's what I should do. Go down to the mines. You know? Mine some coal. I was thinking of doing a coal run over there, though, where these little almost mountains, high hills are. Because you get a lot more coal up around, I believe it's Y level 90. That's like the prime coal spot. Or, you know, it's better than going down. Yeah, what I should be doing is just clearing the melons out around my... Is that... Yep, that's my axe. That's my axe cached. Okay, well, let's see. We have these fences. We need to make a couple fence posts. I decided, you know, I was debating on what I should do as far as my doorways go. And the problem with spruce is that you can't see through the spruce. You know what I mean? Could do this. I need a couple more sticks. Do I? No, I got 64 sticks. What am I thinking? Okay, let's just go ahead and get some gates. I decided I'm going to put gates on my house. Absolutely nothing wrong with making some gates. I'll use the fence posts. Okay, I already have fence posts. Let's not do that. Okay, where are the stinking gates at? Here we go. Okay. See, the problem with spruce trapdoors, and well, you know what I'm also going to do right now? I'm going to put my bed up in the house. What do you say? We're going to begin the process of moving in here pretty soon. Well, yeah, we'll just plunk this guy down. Let's just put him right there. And not only will this match what I have going on up here, but I think it'll look nicer than spruce trapdoors, because the problem with spruce trapdoors is you can't see through them. You know? It'd be like a solid wall of darkness right here. And I don't want that. I want to be able to see out through my doorway area. Okay. Sleepy time. Come on. Now let's keep track. This is day 1. I have a problem with keeping track of what day it is, because I get all wrapped up in the Minecraftiness of it all. It looks like I'm going to have to make some more fence posts too. Joy. Okay, well, I'm also going to have to make some axes, because going through this little chore each time I want to go under there, especially when I move this stuff from my chests. It's going to be a little bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to have to clear these melons out. I just harvest them. No big a deal. Okay. Will 3 be enough? Let's just make 6, just in case, because if I made too few and I have to come back down here again, I'm going to kill myself. In-game, of course. Of course, I wouldn't do that in-game because it's hardcore world. Just an expression. I know the AI or the algorithm might take exception to me saying stuff like that. I have to be careful. Let's just say I'd have to bang my head on a wall, and I would deserve it. Good thing I made 6, right? And I think I'll put some pressure plates in here too. But that's not like an emergency or anything. Let's clear a pathway here, because I'm going to have to go farm some more wood, because we're going to need a lot of wood for those chests. Where do I have my saplings? We got saplings around here somewhere. Of course, I can use a lot of this dark oak for this chest too. Oh yeah, so here we go. We got plenty of saplings. Start up some farming. Okay, how's this coming along? A little over halfway there. Once we remove all this stuff, then we can continue our farm here to the whole way to the shore. Let's just clear out this area so that we can get back and forth real quickly. Oh yes, well, I don't really come into these episodes planning on talking about anything. It's become quite the acquired skill to sit here and talk to myself while I'm playing Minecraft, and know that later on somebody's going to listen to it. I'm not a huge talker. I do talk to my family and my friends, but I'm not the kind of guy who could be like a telemarketer, because I feel very uncomfortable talking to strangers. I don't know why that is, but as soon as I get to know you, I will bend your ear. I will talk and talk and talk. Okay, let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, nothing really. I was going to go get some wood, plant some trees. Plant some trees over here. I mean, I could just run rampant through the forest and cut all these trees down, but I kind of don't like doing that, because I like that I live on the edge of a pine forest like this. Yeah, we're just going to get podzol everywhere. All the ground around here is going to be all dirty looking like that. I got no problem with it. I'm okay with that. I think podzol looks alright. Okay, I think that's enough trees in this general vicinity. Just have to wait for those guys to grow. See, I don't want to cut down too many of these trees, because I like looking around and seeing the forest, And I got plenty of saplings. I can just grow the big farming trees. Yeah, let's go back here a little ways and take a look at this. Yeah, I still have to finish the roof too. We are not done with this. It's going to be a bit of a chore, but I can do it. But I need to figure out what kind of a block. Now, I could use some kind of a wood block to trim all this out. I'm debating on whether or not I want to have the logs poking through here just a little bit. You know? Like, would that look good? I would have to go on the outside to do it, but I could do the trim here and then all along the edges. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of trim do I want to use. What kind of trim would look good for that? I'm thinking a light colored block. Like almost like a sandstone kind of color, maybe. And actually, an end stone would be perfect, but I would have to go to the end to get it, and I'm not ready to go to the end just yet. You know what? Let's keep the sticks on me because I'm probably going to use them before too long. We can put that back. How's this coming? We're almost there. Yeah, I gotta think about that. I should have been thinking about that today, actually. As far as this little gap here, we'll put something in there. Not 100% sure exactly what yet. Not on the inside, because I want to be able to see this, the roof or the ceiling from the inside. I like being in here and having all this room above me like this. Feel like you're in a nice spacious place. But I gotta put some trim along here and along the edges of the fronts and the sides and whatever. I just have to think of what kind of trim. It just has to be a lighter color. I don't want to use diorite. It's a hard choice. Birch, maybe? Birchwood? There's some birchwood over there. Actually, birch would not be bad. Do I want to go over there and farm some birch? Maybe get some saplings and bring them back over here? I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Unless I can think of something that would go better. I think birch would look good as a trim around there. I really do. I think that's probably the best option. Actually, you know, chiseled sandstone or end stone would probably be the best option. But I can't get at the end stone just yet. So I think in the meantime, the birch will have to do. All right, let's go down here and see if our glass is finished. Ah. Go ahead and... Oh, no, 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 no. I almost forgot. Don't want to do that. Actually, I only need 4. Because when you combine them to make... When you combine them to make cyan, they double. So... Go ahead and... Put this in here. Okay, wait a second. That's right. You have to make this into dye first and then combine them. Okay. There we go. That's 8 cyan. The sun getting ready to set over here? Yeah. Anyway. Didn't take too long. There we go. Beautiful. And this should give us enough to... More than enough, hopefully. And... when start installing these windows. And when you put the glass in, it sort of sucks the walls in like that, see? I think the cyan looks really nice with the tuff. Very good. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. I like that. I like the cyan color. Okay, that's the end of day 2. We're keeping track. We're not gonna foist off these super long episodes on you. Expect people to carve out it almost an hour out of their day to watch this nonsense. Of course, you know, I don't mind this kind of nonsense. There are a lot of Minecraft creators who I don't care how long of a video they put out, I'll watch the whole thing. Like Etho or BOO. And back in the day, there was a guy named CoStar. He's the guy who I got that my mine shaft designed from. The 3 wide with the slot and the glass ceiling on it. I first saw a mine shaft like that when I was watching CoStar. He's pretty old school. Although I have to kind of complain about the music that he used. If you watch his channel and you know what I'm talking about, then... I mean, he doesn't put videos out anymore, but all his videos are like super old. But they're good, you know, they're good. He's not wild or crazy. He's got a nice calm voice. There we go. Now I feel as if we could be in here and our chests will be safe. We're going to put our bank of chests along this wall over here and build a little cabinet for them. And then over here we can have our crafting stations and our oven, our furnaces and whatnot. Now, good, we have some trees growing over there. Let's go make a couple more axes and then let's go to town on those trees. I guess I don't have any axes in here. But that's okay. I'll just get some cobblestone. And let's put some of this stuff away. We're going to put our wood in there too. Okay. Okay, we got plenty of axes, I think. The time has come to get a bunch of wood for chests. And you know what I've been doing? I've been neglecting feeding my cows. I need to keep some wheat on me and feed my cows. We have to try to be more efficient around here. Hey there, guys. Bet you're starving. There you go. You know, I'm going to be murdering them and taking their hides. The least I can do is make sure that they're well fed, right? I feel pretty bad about that. Anyway, so what's been happening in the news today? Nothing really huge has grabbed my attention today, other than maybe the fact that the Houston Astros, my baseball team, have finally broken their losing streak and are starting to win games again. When it comes to baseball, I have 3 teams. Actually, I have 4 teams. The first team that I root for that takes priority over all the other teams is the Houston Astros. The second team is the Philadelphia Phillies, yeah. That's because I was born and I lived in Pennsylvania until I was think 10 years old. And the first baseball game I ever went to was a Philadelphia Phillies game. And if you want to know how old I am, I got to watch Mike Schmidt, Greg Luzinski, Larry Boa, Shake and Bake McBride, Gary Maddox, Steve Carlton, Tug McGraw, Pete Rose, the legendary Pete Rose. And I was just a little kid, and there were some college girls sitting right behind us, and they were spoiling the heck out of me and buying me everything I wanted because I was just so cute. And I knew I had this power over women. Okay, I didn't see that little pit there before. I knew I had this power over women when I was young because I was so cute. I could get teenage girls and up to do whatever I wanted. Because I was a cute little dude, and I knew it. Which turned me into a little monster. But anyway, that's why the Philadelphia Phillies, and also the first year that I started cheering for the Philadelphia Phillies was the first year that I fell in love with baseball. And that was also the year that the Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series. And so, even though I've been cheering for the Astros longer, the Phillies were my first love, so I will always root for the Philadelphia Phillies also. And just a couple years ago, the Philadelphia Phillies met the Houston Astros in the World Series again. And although I hated to see the Phillies lose, I was very happy to see the Astros win. And anyway, not that it really matters. I'm sure nobody really cares about this, but it's something for me to talk about, right? So, it's also something that won't get all the Illuminati looking to murder me. Anyway, there's also the Texas Rangers are my number 3 team. Because they're from Texas, and I'm from Texas. And they were kind of the bad news bears there for a long time. But our local radio station played every single Rangers game on the radio. And so, back in the 90s, when I was in my apartment playing NHL 99 and having a good old time, I would listen to the Rangers games on the radio. And so I sort of grew sort of fond of the Rangers. They're kind of like the bad news bears. They won the World Series a couple years ago, which I was completely shocked by. But yeah, you kind of, I can't help but like the Rangers. Not as much as the Astros, but I like the Rangers too. They're number 3 on my list of favorite baseball teams. You see, it's a good thing to always have like a couple spare teams. So that way, if your primary team doesn't make it into the World Series, your odds go up to have something to cheer for. Of course, I didn't have anything to cheer for last year because the Dodgers and the Yankees are my 2 least favorite baseball teams. But I still sort of wanted the Yankees to win, just because the Dodgers spent so much money on their roster that I thought it would serve them right if they didn't win, but they did win. But anyway, and so you wonder, what is my 4th team? What is that 4th team that I sort of secretly root for? That I have no real reason to root for, except for that I like them. I like the players on the team. I like their uniforms. I just like all kinds of stuff about them. And because I was actually in the city that they come from one time when I was driving to my aunt's wedding in Indiana, and we drove through Milwaukee. And I decided that I really like Milwaukee. You know, if I was going to move to some northern Yankee city, I think I might choose Milwaukee. It's a pretty cool city. Of course, I'd rather live out in the country now, to be totally honest. But yeah, the Brewers, I sort of adopted the Brewers as my 4th favorite team. It's sort of like hockey. Dallas Stars are my favorite team. But I still cheer for the Penguins and the Flyers because they're from Pennsylvania, where I used to come from. And I have a I have a fourth team that I like in hockey, which is the Columbus Blue Jackets. Because every time they score a goal, somebody fires a cannon. If they're playing at home, somebody in their home stadium will fire a cannon. And there's just something very cool and American about firing a cannon when you score a goal. And honestly, I just think that hockey is an amazing sport. I come from up north, and when I was a little kid, I used to ice skate, so I know how difficult it is to skate and then to control a puck and do all the stuff that these guys do. It's high skill, and it's very rough and tumble, and they don't have a soft, grassy field to fall down on. Wow, is it already getting close to evening? I'm not seeing the sun over here. Yeah, according to my clock, it's evening time. It's late evening time. And this, believe it or not, this episode is drawing to a close. Pretty amazing. Time flies when you're Minecrafting. No wonder I've been making longer episodes and not realizing it. Anyway, I guess this will have to do it for now. It's a shame. Maybe I'll make a longer video this weekend or something. But it seems like I'm just getting things done. I'm going to be going over here and doing a little more farming of wood. So we have plenty of wood to build the chests that are going to go in my house. And I'm going to trim that out. I'm going to have to go over there and harvest a bunch of birch. I might just get birch and some saplings and bring them over here and farm them over here. It's not going to require a lot of wood to trim out my roof, though. So trust me, once that roof is trimmed out and finished, it's going to pop. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.